Good morning to everybody. My name's Jenna, as Joel already said, and you can see my family. This is Sammy, and Ruby stayed at home. Ruby does not yet have her papers to be able to enter the U.S. with us. I'm just going to share briefly about what's going on in Culiacan, and they're going to play a video that has pictures of our latest mission trip. I'll tell you about that at the end of my 5 minutes, but you can be looking at those. Culiacan has been in the middle of a drug war for the last year and 4 months now. So this past year has been extremely difficult ministry-wise. And as Joel was mentioning finances, I was mostly self-supported until March of this year, when due to the economic crisis caused by the drug war, I lost all of my forms of employment. So we are definitely looking for monthly financial partners to help us through that. But all of the nasty stuff that's been going on in the city has woken up a spiritual hunger in people that we have never seen before. For the first time, we're no longer a prosperous city that doesn't need anybody. All of a sudden, we're a war-torn city that's desperate for hope. And so our churches have grown. We've planted 3 new churches in the city this year, 2 in the city, 1 outside of the city. We're super excited about that. One of those is in one of the worst neighborhoods of Culiacan, so pray especially for them. One of our earliest planted churches is in a little town outside of Culiacan that right now is dominated by the most violent faction of the drug cartel. Most of them are not leaving their homes and have not been able to do so for months now. So remember Villa Juarez in your prayers, as they're really struggling right now. But the ministries are growing. Our church actually was blessed with the opportunity to build our very own building. Today, they're actually inaugurating that brand new building with their first service there, so we're super excited about that. But what you're seeing on the screen here is the culmination of 8 years of working with 2 unreached tribes down in Nayarit, which is a neighboring state. Our goal from the beginning has been to be able to plant a church there. And the building that you're seeing there, we built that 3 weeks ago. We built that down in Nayarit with funding. Some of it came from here, some of it came from us, some of it came from other places. But we have a local Korah pastor of this church who is already making mission trips to the other Korah villages that we have been working in. They are now discipling the people that some of you guys helped lead to the Lord on some of your trips down there. So we are super excited about all of that. The video you're seeing right now, we were actually invited to join them in their ancestral celebration, giving thanks to the God of corn for the harvest. Now, that's something that is totally closed to anyone outside, but they invited us. A few of our guys went, and as a result of that, many of the elders of the tribe decided to then return the favor and come to our first church service, and many of them gave their lives to Christ. So we are super excited about everything that God is doing down there. This little place is called Cofradia. They were our 13th church plant, and the pastor from there will be joining us at the conferences in Mazatlan in the spring so that he can get some more formal training. We had baptisms. We were able to give classes and baptize 3 new believers in a little lake to the side of the pastor's house down there. But we just really need to lift them up in prayers. Pastor Elias's mother-in-law has been ill, so they've not been able to travel as much as they want. But when I say travel, they walk 6 hours to get to the village that we've worked in, San Gregorio, to go and disciple all of the new believers in that community. And they've already made 4 trips there since July. They're doing the work of the ministry. And one thing we've seen in so many places where we've ministered is that the people have a take mentality. They take everything they can get from you. But Pastor Elias and his family have a give mentality. We were all excited after we did a huge barbecue for the whole community, our last day there. You'll see those pictures in a second here. There were a pile of bags of rice left over, and Pastor Antonio said, hey, you guys are even going to get blessed out of this because you've got all this extra food. And Santana, Pastor Elias's wife, said, yeah, it's going to be great. We can take this and give out in the homes when we go and share with people because we saw you guys doing that and it worked. So instead of receiving a blessing for themselves, they're ready to go out and take that blessing into the community. So we are super excited. There's one more picture up here. It may have already passed, but there is a guy who heard that we were there from the ancestral meeting that they had there. He walked 5 hours to come to our church service because he wanted to know what this was all about, and he gave his life to Christ, and he said he's going to take it back to his village, and Pastor Elias is going to be going to his village with him as well. So this was a first, but it was a massive explosion of the gospel down there, and we are super excited and covet your prayers for everything that God is doing in Culiacan and beyond. So thank you very much.
Amen. And we want to just pray over Jenna. You guys are staying for barbecue?